Hey guys, Bobby here again. Wife told me to take down the video. She said it was a little creepy and didn't need to be up there. So this is number 2 of the new recent series that we're doing. And last episode we went through all the buttons, and now we're going to customize the workspace. And I'm going to give you some tips of the trade. This one might drag on a little bit because I'm going to take you like as far as engraving. Again, I'm only going through things that would pertain to an engraver. I'm obviously not going to hit every single feature. I'm going to use the ones for the last 15 years I've been using repeatedly over and over and over and over. And I will give you my tips and my tricks to set up this program. Again, this is relatively unadulterated Corel Draw. The only thing I did add, and you can check back to this, is this little outline flyout, which I showed in episode 1. I'm going to call that episode 1, the one I did recently. That is as of 2019. So let's get cracking. Where I'm going to start is I'm going to start in the tools. So go to options. And now we see a couple of things here. Now this is pretty cool. If you're used to using Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, if you're used to those buttons, if you just change your workspace to that, the whole workspace, the buttons and everything changes over to it. I do not use it. I do know how to use Photoshop. However, I have learned vector artwork on Corel. So I just leave it on default. But if you want to get a little fancy, you can make your new workspace that will be completely customized. But since I'm the only guy who's working on it, I leave it as default because I am the default. So let's just explore this stuff. Blowing through it, let me just see if there's anything that would change in here from regular. We don't do tablet. Nope, that looks good. Nope, I'm not changing this. Oh, this one definitely have to save. Okay, so what this does is every time, let's say you're saving plaque number 1, it'll save a backup for every single layout you have. This doubles the saving space that you need. Turn this off. So backup original before saving, off. Backup every 20 minutes. I don't disagree with this into a temporary file. That's fine. But what happens is if you don't turn this off, and to be honest with you, I turn all this off. This is me personally. But leave the embedded fonts, because if you're using a weird font and you're sending to, let's say, another engraver that doesn't have that font, it will save the font within the file, and therefore he doesn't have to ask you for the fonts. So I would definitely leave this one on there. But me personally, I turn off all these things because I hate having additional files that don't need to be saved. Let's see, text. We're going to come back to this because we're going to set up and even faster than you need to. Let me just close these things up so we can keep these things tight. Sorry about that. No. We're going to come back to this part right here. This is important. Your document, let's see, general. We're going to come back to this stuff. Just looking, layout, global. Okay, we don't need any of that crap. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to come back to the customization. Now, this is the tools that I've used over and over and over. Now, you can use these key commands, and I'm going to show you, Uncle Bob's favorites, but what I will show you is there are buttons that are just faster than the keys. So, let's see. We're going to open up, we're going to make a new command bar. So, click on the command bar, and we're going to create a new command bar. I'm going to call it Uncle Bob's Faves, and we're going to save it. Now, what you did see now is up here, I have this floating box. And I'm going to grab it by the top, and it won't let me do it. Okay, fine. It's really angry that I'm trying to do it. But it's there. Fine. Now I'm going to go pick my commands. So with the commands, let's see. First, let's go into the text one. So what I like to do is just hit this and just hit font. You can search for anything, but I kind of know where the ones I like are. And now only ones here are the fonts. Now I like the ones that are font size decrease. So if it goes from 12 to 11, so I like to go down. And notice something. When I grab it and drag it, watch this. There's the line. If you don't have that line, you see the line on the side of it, don't let go yet. Now I have the line, I drop it. That's weird. It's on the side of it. Oh, look at that. I just got to make it a little wider. Okay. And it also looks like I can move it. Great. I want to put it in this gray box, and now it becomes part of my workbench. I also want, let's see, I want combo sizes. Yes. I want combo size up and combo size down. What else do I want here? Oh, I want justification. I want to let's see, center. I want center ones. Let's see. This is in text. No, I don't want text. Sorry. Where is that going to be? You know, I'm just going to push pause so I don't bore you guys. Okay, I remember how to do it. When I did center, I didn't push find next. So let's go back, and if you click that and you click next, find center, align centers. This is a big one. Grab that one, put it up here. Align centers vertically. Put that up here. Let's see. Align and distribute. We're going to have to do distribute. These ones you're going to need a center to page horizontally and center to page vertically. These are handy. And you're going to want, oh, here's the big ones. Distribute spacing vertically and distribute spacing horizontally. Anything else we can think of? I think that'll do it for right now. Oh, grouping. That's one more I would like to do. And I'll show you why at a certain point. You can't group. Oops. You can't group words. Doesn't let you. So where is group? Find next. Group. There we go. Group objects. And drag it in there. Great. Now we close it. We OK it. Just make sure you hit OK. And now my bar is up there. Now if you close it, all this stuff goes away. So I want to set this entire board up the way I like it. Next thing I like to set up is my font. So I click on the A, right, my tool, text tool, and I click over here. And when I start typing, it's in default Arial. It's 24 point up here. And it is also going to be, if I hit return, left justified. Now for plaques, we like to do center justified. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to do this at all. So let's just click and delete. So now I'm going to grab the tool. I'm not going to type anything. All I'm going to do is set this into 12, Arial, center. Oh, it says now something. Wait a second. You're changing document defaults. Yes. And I want to change it for artistic and paragraph. I rarely use paragraph text, but artistic text is the default for making plaques. So that's the default I want. Okay. So I just made that default. Also, colors. Let's just set some colors over here. So I like to click on that little button there. I like to make it 3 rows. I like to see a little more color here. And notice the difference in blacks. This is black, which is CMYK00000. And then you got this, which is black. That is real black. That's my black. So make that the default. I click on it once with my left key. And I make it pretty much, I want everything to be black. Good. So now we're setting defaults all over the place here. What else we got to do? I think that's pretty much it. So let me show you, and also it's also 6x6 because we set that as default before. So that's basically it. Now, last part, to lock in this little flavor here, we go to Tools and we save settings as default. Click that and bang, everything is locked in. So the next time you open this program up, you have exactly what you want, and feel free to customize your workspace to anything you want. This little gem up here is huge, this little additional workspace. This is mainly like my go-to for engraving, but everything pretty much else stays where it is. So my little tidbits for today, these are all my quick shortcuts. These are the graphics, I'm sorry, the keyboard shortcuts that I would recommend memorizing or at least posting. I'll put this in the show notes for this thing. Is the F2, and when I say zoom on selection, if I press F2, you see it turns to that. Whatever I select on, it zooms in on. I press F3, I zoom out. I press F4, I zoom into the selection. That's all the stuff that's on the screen. Shift F4, the whole page. F9, see, F9, isn't that working? F9 key.